What's up, everyone? Happy Sunday. Maybe it's Monday someplace. Is it Monday anywhere? That tune is that's a piece off my record that's on my website. If you want to purchase it, it's called the Aeolian Prelude No. 1. Is the beard on the way back? It's getting it's getting there. Give it a couple weeks. It'll be there. It's been a few days. I'm going to see here if I can slow down the chat a little bit. I'm not sure that's possible, but I don't know. Take your time with asking questions. Okay. Yeah, buy my record. $10 on my website, rickbeato.com. Haters are jealous of the thick coverage. Come on. My wife hates it. I said I'm just going to not shave for a week or so. What's up, Brett? Good to see everyone. So I want to talk about some stuff that's coming up. Looks like my new Beato book version 2.0 is going to be available tomorrow. So just got some finishing touches to do on it, and I'll make the announcement, the official announcement tomorrow, but I think it's going to be tomorrow, which is pretty exciting. It's something that I've been working on with my friend Christian, who's over in Germany, and with Michelle, and with Aaron. And it's honestly been working on it since a year ago, January. The book has gone from 307 handwritten pages to 460, I believe, typewritten page, or what do we call that? Typeset. There's a lot that has been added to the book. I'm going to actually make a proper video about it when you see it, but it's, I would say almost every example from the middle of the book. Hey, Peter. Every example from the middle of the book has been completely rewritten. So it's a very different book. It's more involved. There's more things that have been added, things that were not in the original book, like the modes of the harmonic major scale, modes of the double harmonic major scale. Someone just said I should do a video about shaving. That's pretty funny. I like that. I made a video when I had my long beard a few years ago, and I cut it off, and I took a video of it, but I can't find it anywhere. I had my girls take a video while I was doing it. I had to hold it like this, and I chopped it first, and that was pretty fun. Do you get a free whiteboard with each copy? No, but I am going to do a video on whiteboarding. Whiteboards are ridiculously expensive, and you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy a piece of shower board for $9 and use it as a whiteboard. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. We're gonna go shopping one day. I'm gonna live stream from Lowe's or Home Depot and see. But there are many. I was talking to a friend, Chris, last week, doing a Skype video, and he had two, I need to get this, he had two 8x4 whiteboards on two different walls, which is pretty amazing. I don't have that, but I'm thinking about putting one somewhere. I'm thinking about putting somewhere on one of the walls, going with a big 8x4, or using the kind of paint that you can actually paint on a wall, because I have the white wall in the other room that I've done. You guys have seen some of the videos I've done in front of the white wall. When I painted that wall, I painted it a flat white because I was thinking I'm going to film in front of it. I was having some sessions done here in the studio, so I was working out there. and not thinking about it, there is this whiteboard paint. I'm not sure what it's called. If anyone knows what it is, you can type it here in the thing. But I was thinking about painting the wall with whiteboard paint and then putting up lines for the staff. Please say hi to Carl. What's up, Carl? Okay, so some things that I got coming up. I have a bunch more. I have a whole film scoring series that I'm getting ready to do. That Carol, my new assistant, has been preparing some templates for it. And it's going to be a series kind of like What Makes This Song Great, but it's going to be a very involved film scoring series using actual scores that you can see from actual real film scores, which I'm pretty psyched about. It's going to be more, it's going to require a lot more intense study because you have to be able to read music in order to do this. Now you can listen to it and learn things too, and we're going to be doing mock-ups, but there's going to be an element of score reading to it, so that's it's cool. I always require a lot of my audience here, and we're going to get back into some more hardcore studying here. Is reading music so important? Vago asks. Reading music is important in order to get your ideas across to other people that only read music, that cannot improvise. And if you're playing with, if you're working with a full orchestra, they have to have something to play. You have to be able to write music. You have to be able to, you have to be able to read music and write music if you want to be, if you want to get into film scoring. Unless, of course, you're doing, if you're doing some things that involve only, like Antonio Sanchez, for example. I don't know if you know the Birdman soundtrack that came out a couple years ago that he did. That's percussion. Now, Antonio Sanchez obviously reads, but it was a percussion and drumming based soundtrack. He's a drummer that's played with the Pat Metheny group for the Unity Band. He's been playing with Pat since the early 2000s. So that is so anyway, so I got that coming out. I have some more. Obviously, I've got some more of What Makes This Song Great videos. I've got the Beatles. I've got some Stones. I just got 2 songs from Misha from Periphery off the last Periphery record, which I'm gonna do one of those for those of you that are Periphery prog metal fans. I was just actually studying the sessions, and then what else? So yeah, so a bunch of stuff coming out as far as the ear training. Speaking of Deftones, I was actually studying some. I wanted to do something off White Pony, and I am going to do Meshuggah. Everybody asked me about Meshuggah. I am definitely going to do Meshuggah, and there's obviously a lot of Porcupine Tree fans out there too. So. Anyways, so eventually we'll get through. There's going to be hundreds. What makes a solo great? I've been searching. I saw that Groove Funkle. I'm definitely going to do that. And Jeff Buckley, absolutely. Do I play the drums? I play everything. Danny Elfman can't write music and writes very odd scores, but Danny Elfman can play music, and Danny Elfman can hire an orchestrator. And I don't believe Danny Elfman can't write music anymore. It might have been the case in 1989 when he did Batman, but that was 20 years ago. But typically, it doesn't matter whether you can write or read music. All composers work with orchestrators. John Williams will work with multiple orchestrators. They just don't have time to. They don't have time to do. If you're doing a 2-hour movie and you have an 800-page score, then you have to hire multiple orchestrators. So a 2-hour movie has anywhere between 600 to 800, 900-page score. And it's pretty, you'll see when I start showing you some of these film scores, what they're, how involved they are. I mean, it's pretty unbelievable. So I want to talk a little bit about using my channel. And I see David here. Now that the comments are with the channel, that they stay with the stream, people can see what I'm talking about. So when I get off subject and go on a tangent, you can see that I'm referring to things that are happening in the comments. Because part of doing a live stream here is communicating with people. And speaking of Zappa, I am going to be interviewing Dweezil. He's playing in town here in about 2 weeks. So we're going to be speaking of with a Zappa. So I'm really psyched. He and I have talked on the phone, never met in person, which is really cool. And he's got his band, Zappa Plays Zappa, coming to town here. So I'm pretty psyched. Anyways, yes, that's very, very cool. What else? Oh, so I want to talk about using how to learn from this channel. This is kind of one of the things that people ask me all the time. I have a list of videos I have a series of playlists. My channel is kind of divided up into multiple categories. I call it Everything Music for a reason. And the reason is because I study a lot of different things, and I teach a lot of different things. I'm looking right here now. I have a playlist on improvisation, on music production, music theory and composition is probably my biggest. This channel is probably more on music theory and composition than anything. Film scoring, my stories, like stories of things that have happened to me, and kind of why I am where I am in my musical development. Ear training, I've got some compositions on there, and then I obviously have my different series that I do, like Sounding Off, what makes this song great, and my new one, which is The Art of Soloing. So there was a thing that I started a while back that I wanted to do too, which I will complete here eventually, which is going through every instrument of the orchestra and bringing in a professional to demonstrate things about the instrument. For example, my son Dylan's oboe teacher plays in the Atlanta Symphony. She's a phenomenal oboist, and I want to ask her to see if she will come in. Or her husband plays trumpet in the Atlanta Symphony too, and I want to do separate videos on every instrument in the orchestra and bring in professionals to talk about how to write for those instruments. For example, on the oboe, there are certain things that are difficult to play, that difficult phrases. As a matter of fact, she was telling us yesterday that she had a modern piece that they played that she played a really high A on, that is really at the top of the oboe, and it's not a good sounding. It's not a great sound for the instrument. And she said that this composer writes really things that are kind of test the range of them, and it sounds horrible. She didn't say that, but Anyways, so understanding kind of how you write for these instruments, what are the ranges, what are the good sounding ranges, what are the bad sounding ranges, what are the fingering combinations that are difficult to do. So anybody that says cut the beard, I'm gonna block forever. How's that? There we go. If I have any beard comments about cutting my beard, you'll be banned with a ban hammer forever. How's that? So check out my updated playlist that is Rick's best videos. People asked me to do this a long time ago, and I did it. These are videos that you should really watch on my channel. A lot of them are, esoteric. I mean, I'm trying to think of another word for it, but they're very esoteric. Some of them have very few views to them. And one of the reasons that they have very few views is because they are very weird. But this is not something to avoid. These are the videos that you can learn the most from on here. One of the videos has done really well, the double harmonic major scale, or it's called the darkest scale ever. It's a really weird video, and for some reason it's got 400 and some odd thousand views. I don't know why, but it does. But a lot of the other videos that are on the playlist don't, and there are some great, I think, some of the most informative things. I'm going to look on the playlist right here and see. Let me see here what's on it. So darkest scale ever, what every pro musician needs to know, why top composers use chromatic medium modulations, using modal mixture, using multiple modes over one chord, film scoring in the Phrygian mode, how to use quartal and quintal harmony and melody in your compositions. There's one that says jazz improvisation multiplying melodic motifs. A little alliteration there. There's I don't know, there's about 60 videos on that playlist. And that is a playlist that I think Joe just said Secrets of the Lydian Sharp 9 mode. That is one of my favorite videos. So these are videos that you guys should go check out. I have videos on bebop, on things. I have a whole series called Principles of Melody. It's not just about bebop, because writing a great melody follows particular rules that have been established for hundreds of years. Okay, hold on one second here. There we go. Gone. Ban-hammered. Anybody with hearts in their comments gets banned. Hungarian minor. I see a couple Hungarian minors. I have Hungarian minor videos. I have a thing called Scale Wars that pits one scale against another, and has a combination that goes between them. I've got a couple Scale Wars videos. So that's another thing to check out. The obviously this question that I get all the time is how do I get these stems for these videos? Now, I've talked about this multiple times, but there are 1,600 new subscribers to my channel every day. So the band interval Prince, that's funny. So how do I get these things? I have been given these. There is no plugin. God, I say this all the time. There's no plugin that removes instruments. I know everybody jokes about the Beato isolator plugin, but it's it is there is nothing. These are the tracks or their stems. I mean, some of the things are all the individual tracks. Some of them are stems. Now, there are particular bands that I call blockers that I cannot do. Any of you that have watched my series notice there is no episode 12. Episode 12 was Fleetwood Mac. I did Go Your Own Way, and I think it's a great video, and it got taken down immediately by YouTube. But the reason it got taken down is because Fleetwood Mac does not want anybody to upload anything that says Fleetwood Mac on or any of their music uploaded. So that video is on my assistant Aaron's website, which is called flat5.com. I'm going to put it there. For any of you that want to see this Fleetwood Mac video, go to his website after this and watch it because it's there. And I'm going to reach out to the management of Fleetwood Mac, and it's flat 5. There's no E on 5. I'm going to reach out to their management and see if they will allow me to use this. There's no way to even protest it or anything. I just saw Prince was known for blocking his videos. Prince is a blocker. I believe that Pink Floyd are blockers, that the Eagles I know are blockers. Almost every one of the really big bands in the top 5 selling records in if you look at the Billboard or the RIAA, Zeppelin are blockers too. If you look at RIAA, meaning the things that are certified platinum, all the top people in the United States, the top Michael Jackson, the Eagles, Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, and Fleetwood Mac. Out of those, most of them are blockers. Bobby asks, "What's your opinion on why they block?" I don't know. That is a great question. I think that they've been in the music business for so long that they still regard sales and performance royalties as a major income stream, which for bigger bands it is. There is something. BMI, for example, has a what are blockers? Okay, blockers are people that block bands, that block artists, that block people from putting stuff up on YouTube. They block because they can. HK said that's exactly right. I'm not sure that the Beatles are, but there is a pool of money that comes in from radio airplay, from that, for example, BMI has for people that. Or for artists to have really big hit songs. And I don't mean hit songs like things that are on the radio now. I'm talking about classics. BMI is still a thing, and ASCAP is still a thing. When you have a hit song, there's a pool of money, for example, that you get bonus points for if you have X amount of plays in a certain time period. BMI has a thing where I forget what the number of streams in a quarter, or what the number of plays I'd have to look it up again, but I know from having a #1 song and that got played in one quarter almost 600,000 times on the radio. That it hit a couple hit song bonuses. But then I was talking to my rep at BMI, Clay, and he said, well, if something is a really big hit, let's say you take a tune like, Every Breath You Take by the Police. Now, that's one of the most played songs ever on the radio. That is in a category along with Layla, along with, whatever, any of the Stones' big songs, any of the Beatles' big songs that have gotten played for so many years, that there's this extra pool of money that they draw income from. Now, I'm not sure how this is changing now. Hotel California would be another one. I'm not sure how that's changing, but these artists that are part of this group of people that have had massively big hits for, 40, 50 years, that have made money on that, they are still under the impression that is a big, that's worth keeping their, okay, it's 95,000 times on the chord. Joe, man, there you go. That's the hit song bonus, okay? That hit song bonus is, but that's not to do with it. So, for example, our Parmalee song that I had, that was number one, it had 600,000 plays. So it hit the 95,000 play bonus 6 times. And that's just extra money, so they keep adding on to your money, and they take money away from other people or whatever it is, But I think that the people that are blockers are just, I think they're doing a disservice to their music because people are not listening to their music. It's a very old way of thinking. Jazz musicians fall into the same thing, but they have the same problems. ECM Records, which is one of my favorite jazz record labels, are blockers. I would be doing more videos of ECM-based records, and that has Keith Jarrett on it. There's tons of great records. They've been putting out records since 1969. They have hundreds and hundreds of records. A lot of classic records there. Pat asked, do I think it's the bands, the managements, or the label doing the blocking? It has to be the artists. The artists are the ones ultimately that have the say over this. Because the labels don't block everything. Why is it that Fleetwood Mac blocks things, but Max Martin doesn't block things, or Metallica doesn't block things? Why? Metal bands, rock bands don't block stuff typically, Tool doesn't block anything. I love that about Tool. When I was doing my Tool video, I went and looked, and I said, and I go and I try. I have my second channel. It's called Rick Beato Live, and I go there and I play the stuff to see what gets demonetized. Some things get demonetized. No, they all get demonetized, meaning I don't make any money off any of these What Makes This Song Great videos. But I'll play it on there, and I'll get the demonetized. I'll get the demonetized notice from YouTube within 5 minutes of the video coming out, or I will get a blocked video. Because I played Led Zeppelin. I played the intro of Stairway to Heaven just to see in one of my episodes of my second channel, Rick Beato Live. You guys should check that out. So I played the intro of Stairway to Heaven, blocked the whole video. Doesn't matter. I did a live stream, or I did a video on Keith Jarrett where I played a section of one of his improvisations that was an hour and 4 minutes long, and I played a piece that was 1.5 minutes that was 33 minutes into his improvisation, and the algorithm did not catch that. I think it was so far in. And I specifically, when people ask me, why don't you put the title of the song in the video title? And I just put the names on this, What Makes This Song Great. Or if I'm doing a thing on Keith Jarrett. Because I don't know, why, hold on one second here. I don't know why. There's that dude again. Okay, I get it. I'm not sure why the algorithm didn't catch it that time. it caught it almost 30 days after I put the video out. And at first, um, blocked it in Germany and Austria, and then it blocked it worldwide. So, anyways, there is no answer for this other than I think that the artist, it has to be the artist. Who else could it be? You know, it's got to be that they're saying we don't want any of our music out there. And I don't know if the Beatles are. Does anyone know that? I played some Beatles on my second channel. I played the tracks to I Feel Fine, and it did not take the video down. They've definitely done some. They've definitely changed some things lately, but they have not. They have not changed the. But Zeppelin is not. Zeppelin is a blocker. Could I explain the benefits of Page implants the benefits of YouTube? I don't know if I could. Is Genesis blocked? I don't know about Genesis. Beatles are the biggest blockers. Is that true? Is that really true? I didn't do HK. I've played I Feel Fine on the second channel. I thought I did last week. I was playing a bunch of songs to see what I should do next, and everybody voted for Boston, I think it was. There are no Beatles videos on YouTube except for official channel. Okay, well there you go. I'm not sure how I got away with that. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna go on tonight and try. Is Hendrix a blocker? Because I think I've tried Hendrix, and because I was gonna make a Hendrix video and I played it and it got blocked. Anyway, so until people wise up, I guess, then I don't think anything's going to change. Prince just said the algorithm is based off rhythm and key center. That's absolutely not true, actually, because I did an experiment with my turntable, which runs sharp, where I changed the different. I checked to see if the algorithm could recognize it, and I used Shazam, and I played Back in Black, and I put my finger on the record, and I changed the pitch, I changed the temp, the tuning of it. I played the Eagles. I did all these things. I did Jimi Hendrix. I did these, played them at different tempos, and it recognized it. I don't know how. I'm not sure how. But it did. So Red Hot Chili Peppers are not blockers, and I have a Red Hot Chili Peppers. I mean, I have had a lot of requests for the Chili Peppers, and I have to complete my 90s. I'm a completer. I have a video coming out with Smashing Pumpkins, with Stone Temple Pilots, with the Chili Peppers, Nine Inch Nails. So those are those are none of those bands are blockers. And for everything that Metallica did when streaming first started happening, they and Dream Theater I'm definitely going to do. I see that, Dr. Peter. Everybody asked me about Dream Theater, but I want to get for bands like Dream Theater, where I've interviewed John Petrucci and Jordan Rudess, I want to figure out how to get them involved in the video, because I'm going to do a video with Sinister Gates and do an analysis of Avenged Sevenfold. We've been planning on doing that. So for those of you Avenged fans, I love Avenged, and I for the people that I know like that, I'm going to I want to get them involved in the video. So What band got me into music? That's no one ever asked me that. Nobody ever asked me that. Um, I probably the Beatles, honestly, because my sisters freaked out about them when I was a little kid. I was born in '62. One of the one of the first things I remember, musical memories I have, are my sisters dancing to Help. Um, so that's that's my first. That's really my first memories. I remember, when the Beatles and the Stones had songs on the radio, and Pink Floyd and the Who. Oh, and I have a Who. I'm going to be doing a Who video too. Um, any love for Muse? Yes. I actually tried. I played. What did I play? I played Muse on the other channel the other night. I played a multi-track of Muse, and it didn't get. Nothing happened with it. So I think that Muse is cool. um, what is the first album I bought? I didn't buy an album first. I bought 45s. And I mean, I didn't really have money to buy 45s, but one of the first ones I bought was Angie by the Rolling Stones. I remember buying that they used to sell 45s in the drugstore. They'd have a rack of the top 40 45s. And I bought a 45 this big that you put the little plastic thing in the middle and put it on. 45 RPMs on your turntable. So anyways, so that's probably the first thing I bought. That's one of the things I remember buying. I remember buying the OJs, Backstabbers. I remember buying a bunch of Motown. I bought a lot of Motown. I was very big. I love Motown. Let's see here. Oh, HK, thank you for that. That's awesome. That was a super chat donation there. Anybody here that wants to donate to my channel, you can donate through super chat, or you can donate through my website at rickbeato.com. Who do I block? Who do I block? I don't block them, I ban them. There's a difference between banning and blocking. I use the ban hammer. It's right here. This is the ban hammer. All it takes is one click. Gone forever. Trolls. I block trolls. That's right. I block trolls, and I block, you know what else I block? Are comment spammers. Comment spammers are people that go in and put as many comments as they can in one thread so that their thing rises to the top. And they get banned and all their comments get deleted. If you comment spam, you're gone. Anyways. So ban Joe. That's pretty good. I like that, Michael. That's pretty good. Oh, and speaking of translations, I saw a reference to translating into Russian. I know some of you guys have, a lot of people have done translations of my videos to other languages. And honestly, thank you for doing that. I forget to look on there and to approve them. And I'm going to write myself a note right now to go approve them. I'm gonna make myself a note of that. So yes, because there's a lot of my videos. I have 440 some odd videos on this channel and 101 or 102 on my other channel. So I've made over 500 videos. I'm about to hit 300,000 subscribers this week. So get someone Russian to check them. Exactly right. Well, you just Google. You can do it with Google, but I'm sure I can find somebody that can speak Russian and check it. Which track of Nine Inch Nails am I doing? I have a few different. Ones I'm thinking about. So I'm not. I like to do some Motown too. Definitely, I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna do a lot more early music, early R&B stuff like that. There's really some great stuff from Motown that that is amazing to listen to, I think. Anyways, so that's it for today. I think I've covered everything that I needed to cover here. So stay on the lookout. I'm going to announce the new Beato book 2.0 version 2. And I will let you know about that. For those of you that don't subscribe to my second channel, every night, almost every night, not to, I probably won't go on tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern time, I do a usually an hour to an hour and a half, sometimes 2-hour live stream. It's called Rick Beato Live is my channel. How many of you subscribe to that? Subscribe. That is where we get into things a lot more. Listen to a lot of music and talk about it and stuff like that. I know the ones of you that subscribe there. SB, what's up? What'd you miss? So I think we're cool. We are cool. Thank you. All subscribe. You can subscribe to I have a Twitter too. Nobody ever subscribes to my Twitter. No, don't subscribe to my Twitter. I never make any tweets. All right, thank you, everyone.